I think we really need to adhere to the concept of see something and say something. And when somebody does say something to an authority, it needs to be thoroughly and properly vetted. I think we see too often that people are saying things and it's not being vetted appropriately. Second thing, in schools, there's 3,000 students at this school. I mean, we need to make sure that we have one way in and out of the school. It really needs to be something that needs to be worked on by our security people down here through the Broward County schools.
But what about the idea that this is a troubled student who was identified and expelled from the school because he was obviously having a lot of problems? He had two parents who died, adoptive parents. There was even a note on campus that he was dangerous because he had threatened people and that he couldn't go on campus with a backpack. It seems like if somebody did see something and someone did say something and then the proper action wasn't taken, no?
Well, if that happens, then that has to be looked at because the proper action needs to be taken. And that's really what needs to happen here. There's got to be common sense responses when these type of scenarios play themselves out. And it's important that we learn from these type of tragedies. And we need to keep improving throughout the country and in South Florida.
What do you think that law enforcement or school officials or government or who should have done something differently once that he was expelled, he was identified, couldn't come back on campus? I mean, what do you think should have happened?
They should have made sure that he didn't come back on campus. I mean, the school has a school resource deputy that's assigned to the campus. If there was one way in and one way out only, if it was hardened in the way it was in and out, maybe that could have been something that could have lended itself to maybe help in the situation. But we're going to have to analyze what went wrong in this tragedy, and we're going to have to fix it. I mean, responsibility will have to be taken, and we'll have to fix it. And, in many cases, if somebody's deranged and they have a assault weapon, I don't know how you can really stop
take it away
somebody
ahead of time,
from doing
I guess.
something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
they could have taken it away from him.
We need to take those weapons away from people like that ahead of time. We've got to do a better job with this.
Yeah. Michael, thank you. Thank you. And our thoughts and prayers. I mean, everybody says it. It sounds almost meaningless now, but we are all praying for you. Thank you.
We appreciate your support.